Okay, let's talk about angles. And what we're going to do in this particular video is just brush up on some basic concepts of angles. And pretty much everyone would know an angle if they saw one. They're like, oh, yeah, this is an angle. But what we want to do is take it a step further uh, beyond you just recognizing, hey, there is an angle right here. Okay, so one, what is an angle? What's the parts of an angle? Then how do we express angles? What's the notation and symbols in geometry to actually define particular angles? And then what are the different types of angles? So I'm curious, how many of you can name or all the different types of angles that you remember learning in geometry? Put that into the comment section. Of course, I'm going to go over all these basics here in just 1 second. But first, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is John. I'm the founder of TabletClass Math. I'm also a middle and high school math teacher. I'm going to leave a link to my math help program in the description of this video. But if you are struggling in mathematics, it doesn't have to be that way. I've been teaching math for decades, and one thing that I really kind of learned along all those years of teaching math is that all students can really do very well in math. One, of course, you're going to have the desire to learn math, but two, what you need is excellent instruction, very clear and understandable instruction. You need someone to explain things to you that's not like a textbook, okay? And that's how I teach math. I really break things down in super easy and understandable ways so anyone and everyone can learn this stuff. So if you're at the middle school, high school, or even college level, in terms of mathematics, I can definitely help you out. Now, if you're preparing for some kind of sort of test that has a math section on it, I'm talking about things like the GED, SAT, ACT, GRE, GMAT, ASVAB, AccuPlace, or CLEP exam, maybe a teacher certification exam. I can help you prepare and pass those exams. If you homeschool, we were just voted #1 for middle and high school mathematics in homeschool from a major national publication. Please check out my homeschool math courses. You'll be happy that you did. And if you don't have any math notes, I'm going to leave links to my math notes in the description of this video as well. But if you want to have excellent grades in mathematics, you've got to learn how to take great math notes. Okay, so let's get into angles. Again, for the most part, everyone says, oh yeah, if I said, what is this? You would say, this is an angle. Okay, so again, most of us would recognize an angle if it, if we saw one, but what is an angle? So let's get into this right now. So what is an angle? Well, basically an angle is made up of two parts here. Okay, this thing right here is a what we call a ray, okay, on R-A-Y. So we have a ray right here, and a ray has a starting point or an end point, okay, and then it goes out in one direction infinitely, okay. So this is a ray right here, and then this is another ray right there. So an angle has two rays, but they're kind of emanating or they're starting from the same start point right there, okay, and with a particular angle or any angle that is, this point is called a vertex. Okay, so a vertex is our starting point for two separate rays that emanate out from that point, which we call the vertex. Okay, so this shape, this right here, is basically an angle. Okay, so it's made up of two rays and a vertex. All right, so hopefully you kind of remember that, and I'm going to kind of just erase this so we can kind of stay on this. Now, again, this is just a basic review, kind of just an informal review of angles. Okay, so what is an angle? We kind of answer that question. Now, let's talk about angle notation. So, how do we define this angle? Well, there's a couple different ways we can do it in geometry. So if I wanted to say, what is this angle right here, describe it, I can call this, let's say, by a number. Okay, let's say 1. And now in geometry, we use this little angle notation. So I could say this is angle 1, just like that, okay? Maybe I can use another variable like this, x. I can say angle x. That's another way I can do it. So another thing that's pretty common is if we have points that are on the rays. So let's say this is point A, and then point B is our vertex, and then point C is on this other ray. I could call this angle A, B, C. Now, when you're doing this, you have to go in the actual order. So if I'm starting with A, I got to do B next. It's in the middle. And then, of course, we end with C right here, okay? Now, when you do use this type of notation, to express an angle, this middle letter is always the vertex. Okay, now another way we could have done this, we could have called this angle CBA. Okay, so but again, notice that the B, that middle letter, is the vertex. Okay, so that right there. So these are other points. So if you see points that are on the rays and you have the vertex, this is a pretty common way, but you'll see all these different notations. Again, angle 1 right there. We can express that angle with this little notation. But again, notice we have this little angle notation, this angle little angle symbol, okay, in front of these different things. So this is very, very common ways to express angles. Now let's give this angle a measure. So how do we measure angles? Well, there's basically two ways we measure angles. One is in degrees, another one's called radians. I'm not going to really talk about radians right now. The most common way that most people are used to seeing angles is with degrees. So degrees, let's just quickly review. If you start right here, 0 in a circle, you go all the way around, you do one full lap around that circle, you do 360 degrees. Okay, let me write that a little bit better. I'm getting a little sloppy here. I think it's because I'm trying to do everything in this one little window. But anyways, we go around. We start from 0 and we end at the very top of the circle. We do one lap around the circle. That's 360 degrees. Okay, so if I go halfway around a circle, which we call a semicircle, that's 180 degrees. If I go a quarter way around a circle, that's 90 degrees, and you can get the idea from there. So let me ask you right here, how many degrees, if you had to take a guess and estimate, would this particular angle be? Okay, so let's just think about this for a second. One of the things in geometry that you have to try to get pretty good at is estimating angle measurements. So looking at this, would you say this is around 60 degrees? Okay, most of you hopefully said, no, that's too big. This is probably around like say 20 degrees, so, or 20, less than 30 degrees it looks to be, maybe 30, 20 to 30 degrees. So we'll go ahead and let's just call this 30 degrees, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and erase this. And now let's say, use a different notation here to express that this angle right here actually has an angle measure of 30 degrees. So I can write it this way. The measure of angle 1, we'll use this notation, is equal to 30 degrees. Okay, that's one way to do that. Sometimes you'll see it as congruent to 30 degrees like this. All right, typically you'll see it equal or you won't see this symbol. Sometimes you'll see this symbol as well. It all depends on, the textbooks and how people are teaching this. But when we're talking about angle measurement or lengths and whatnot, you are talking about congruency. Sometimes you'll see this particular notation. Other times you'll see the equal sign. But basically, what you want to do is put this little M in front of the angle. Very, very common way. Sometimes you'll see it this way, like angle X is equal to 30 degrees. So if you see it in this particular way, stylistically, that's fine as well, okay? Now, let's go back and talk about this other way of writing angles. I could put, all right, the measure of angle ABC is congruent to 30 degrees or has an angle measure of 30 degrees, or the measure of angle ABC is equal to 30 degrees. Okay, so pretty standard notation. And again, if this little M right there, that means the measure of that particular angle is this many degrees. Now, again, I talked about this thing called radians. Let me just tell you very quickly, when you go full lap, okay, we want to talk about radians. That is what we call 2 pi radians. It doesn't have a little degree symbol to it. And you're going to study radians pretty heavy duty when you get into trigonometry. And you actually express angles as you proceed in more advanced mathematics. You might even find radians as a more common measure of angles, even beyond degrees. Okay, so just because I'm not really mentioning radians right now, as you study trigonometry and get into even more advanced mathematics, you're going to be very familiar with radians, and you'll learn how to go from radians to degrees and degrees into radians. But right now, this is kind of sticking to the basics about uh, angle concepts. Okay, so anyways, let's get into types of angles. All right, so we talked about what an angle is: two rays that emanate from that same vertex, that one point. Angle notation, we talked about various type of ways to express an angle and to specify an angle measure. Now let's talk about the types of angles. So the way I want to do it is this. I'm going to go this way. All right, and you'll see why I'm doing this in a second. And I'll give you an opportunity to try to name these angles, okay? The different types of angles. Okay, so let's start over here and let's play this game. All right, so these are basically the four different types of angles. So this type of angle starts with an A. Let's see if you can do this. This type of angle starts with an R. This one starts with an O, and this one starts with an S. Okay, so let's play this game here. Okay, so these are the different types of angles. So what type of angle is this? Well, if you said acute, all right, this is an acute angle, you would be correct. Okay, so what is an acute angle? Well, we're looking at it, you're like, well, acute, and just think about this word acute. If you go to the doctor and the doctor says, do you have acute pain? They're like pushing on your belly and stuff, and you're like, ouch, that's, that hurts. That word acute, it's also another kind of, it's synonymous with the word sharp. Okay, so any angle that's less than 90 degrees, okay, less than 90 degrees is considered an acute angle. Okay, but you kind of think of that word acute as being like sharp. Okay, so it's kind of interesting how some of these terms are used, outside of, vocabulary terms, whether it's an acute angle or acute pain. All right, we're talking about something that's sharp. Okay, so acute angles less than 90 degrees. Okay, so that brings us to our next angle here. And notice I have a nice little symbol here, the little box in the corner. This is a what type of angle? This would be a right angle. And a right angle has 90 degrees. It's exactly a 90-degree angle, and that's like the corner of a square or a rectangle. That's what a 90-degree angle is. So we have a right angle, okay, which is 90 degrees, and it's indicated by this little notation like this. So we have acute, we have right, and now we have this type of angle. So this type of angle is what? Well, it's greater than 90 degrees, and we call this an obtuse angle, okay? Obtuse. Now, again, that word obtuse, and I don't want to make anyone feel bad, but that's also an adjective that's used if you were saying that person's obtuse. That means they're kind of dull, all right, or maybe not, as as bright as some people might think. They're like, well, that's obtuse, all right. It doesn't make, it's not. It's the opposite of sharp. Okay, so just look up these definitions. You'll see various ways that the word obtuse and acute can be used, but obtuse angles are greater than 90 degrees. Okay, greater than 90 degrees. So actually, we'll do it this way. Angles that are greater than 90 degrees are obtuse. So less than 90 degrees acute, exactly 90 degrees right, greater than 90 degrees obtuse. And then we got this last one. Okay, so what is this one right here? Well, some of you are like saying, well, this doesn't even look like an angle. Okay, because I don't see two rays. Here's a ray, here's a ray. There's a ray, there's a ray, here's a ray, here's a ray, a vertex, and a vertex. So all these look like angles, but this just looks like a straight line, right? Well, actually, this is called a straight angle, okay? So there's the vertex right here. There's one ray going out that way. There's another ray going out this way, and straight angles are actually exactly 180 degrees. Okay, so that is an angle in and of itself. So it's an obtuse angle where it finally just kind of flattens out. So the measure of this particular angle is 180 degrees. So yes, straight lines actually have an angle measure 180 degrees. Okay, so if you actually knew, I would suspect most of you out there knew acute angles, right angles, and obtuse angles. I bet you a few of you didn't get straight angles, but if you got all of that stuff, then that's excellent. And if you knew everything here, I must go ahead and give you a nice happy face with the good old 1985 little flat top haircut and an A+ for being such a good geometry student. You were clearly taking notes when you learned this stuff in basic geometry. And that's what this is. It's a basic review in geometry. It's much more about angles and the like that you're going to study. Things like I mentioned about radians and different types of angles that are formed when you have, like, let's say, parallel lines, and then you chop those parallel lines with something called a transversal. You get all different types of additional angle descriptions, vertical angles, alternate interior angles. So angles is a big, big topic in geometry, but this is kind of a good basic starting point, a basic foundation of angles. So hopefully this little video helped you out. And if that is the case, go ahead and consider smashing that like button. That definitely helps me out. And if you're new to my YouTube channel, hopefully you'll consider subscribing to it on YouTube for 10 plus years. Have over 1,000 plus math videos, basic math to advanced math like calculus and everything in between. So if you like my teaching style, please take advantage of my content, but my best math help will always be within my Math Help program. Okay, so with that being said, I definitely wish you all the best in your mathematics adventures. Thank you for your time and have a great day.